It seems that there are few middle-of-the-road or indifferent people when it comes to snakes. You either love them or you hate them. Many snakes are truly dangerous, and it's not always obvious whether they're venomous, but that's no reason to fear them or hate them. Most folks fear or hate what they do not understand. If that's all it was, the remedy is simple. Learn all about it so that you can understand it, but it's not that simple. There are those like my mother who had or have an extremely visceral fear of snakes, a fear so bad they cannot even watch them on TV. I didn't know this about my mother until I came home from the mall one night with a baby boa constrictor wrapped around my arm. She jumped back and screamed and insisted I get it out of the house as soon as possible. So the next day I took it to school and gave it away. But what is a phobia? A phobia is an overwhelming and unreasonable fear of an object or situation that poses little real danger but provokes anxiety and avoidance. Current science says there are three main causes of phobias. 1, sometimes they're genetic and found to be linked to panic disorder. 2, sometimes they can be based on a negative experience early on in life. And 3, a lot of times they can be learned. This is often referred to as modeling, when children or animals learn by example based on what their parents do or how their parents react to something. A fancy name for it is instructional fear acquisition. Plus, did you know that newborns learn to fear what their mothers fear through detecting a special odor when the mother is distressed? So there really is something to that age-old adage of smelling fear. There are many treatments to phobias, which I'm not going to get into here, except to say that I and most snake lovers on YouTube practice one of the main ones, exposure. We try to raise awareness about the beauty and necessity of these animals in our videos, whether it's intentional or not. And it's good to have a healthy respect and extreme caution towards these creatures that have the power of life and death over you. But have you ever thought about the fact that we have that same power to even a greater degree? And that leads me to the really scary part of this equation, in my opinion, when fear leads to hate, and hate leads to exploitation, suffering, and death of these beautiful, necessary creatures. Now, most snakeskin sellers, wranglers, and roundup rodeoers may not actually hate the snakes, but they sure don't love them. And I'm not here to judge or condemn people, but I won't hesitate to condemn their actions when those actions cause unnecessary suffering and destruction of life. Let's talk about rattlesnake roundups first. Even though Arizona has the most rattlesnakes than any other state in America, it's not the state with the most roundups. No, most roundups occur in Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana. Now, I'm proud to say that Arizona has some of the strictest laws protecting their 11 species of rattlesnake. The sale of rattlesnake meat is also forbidden, as are organized roundups. I'm just going to touch on the horror of rattlesnake roundups briefly because there are many more videos on YouTube that do a way better job than I could at exposing them. They're literally torture chambers for rattlesnakes for nothing more than profit and entertainment. You know this quote: "No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite." Nelson Mandela. Now, this is true especially for children. Children naturally love until they are taught to hate. And here they are at a rattlesnake roundup, being encouraged to finger paint on the wall with the blood of slaughtered rattlesnakes. If that's not being taught to hate, what is? And before we go on, let's just review the facts about these death chambers. I got these screenshots from 3 main organizations online dedicated to abolishing these needless events and defending these precious reptiles: the Rattlesnake Conservancy, Rattlesnake Defense Fund, and Advocates for Snake Preservation. I've listed their links in the description so you can check them out. Roundups are unsustainable. There's no monitoring to assess the effect of them on rattlesnakes, their predators, or their prey. Most snakes are caught by pouring gas into their dens, polluting the environment and impacting up to 350 other animal species. Roundups have contributed to the decline of eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. Roundups are unnecessary. They are not required to prevent rattlesnake overpopulation. Their populations are maintained by native predators, prey abundance, and disease. Venom needed for research and anti-venom production is collected from captive colonies of rattlesnakes. The USDA's cattle death loss report has logged 0 deaths from snakes in more than 2 decades. Now, believe it or not, there's something much more evil out there that is a prime menace to snakes and all reptiles, other than climate change and loss of habitat. And it's caused by the greed of men too, and that's the illegal reptile trade for collectors and the poaching of these animals for their skins. There are lots more videos on YouTube covering this in greater detail. The worst trade in poaching seems to come out of Southeast Asia, particularly Indonesia. Of course, as is custom in most third world countries, the little guy who catches the snake and does most of the work gets very little in return compared to the broker and the fashion moguls who sell the end product to consumers who see wearing the dead skins of these creatures as a status symbol. But in all phases of this industry, countless snakes suffer the most horrible conditions, which all lead to the inevitable death. Now, I don't blame anyone for admiring the beauty of these animals and their amazing skins and wanting to emulate them, but the skins always end up looking more beautiful on the snakes, not the people. Besides, there's a better way to emulate that beauty without hurting or killing animals. Just as with fur, much of the fashion industry has produced the most luxurious and gorgeous synthetic animal patterns to display on numerous products, as have I. Finally, let me introduce the cruelty-free snakeskin collection at my niche store dedicated to herpers and other reptile lovers, Slither Hither. These gorgeous, unique designs that you won't find anywhere else are available on a variety of apparel, accessories, and items of home decor. I've got both luxury prints and solids in different snakeskin patterns for the most discriminating taste. Now let's begin with the luxury prints. The first one here is Serpentine Gold, and you see the model there. She's wearing a t-shirt design that I have, as well as he is. And a lot of them you will see that they're available at Slither Hither as well. And this is Serpentine of Silver. We have bike shorts now. And there you see the wine tumblers, which are part of our drinkware collection. And that's the stainless steel. This is Rosy Blush Serpentine. It's one of my favorites. And we have the joggers, in addition to the leggings. Yoga mats are very popular. There's the wine tumbler again. And this is Serpentine Garden. We have all these yoga mats, and one item that I don't show is bucket hats. We do have bucket hats. This is Serpentine and Platinum. It's a popular style. And we have black and white mugs. And of course, all size phone cases. And there are the joggers, close up. This is the rainbow serpent. Did you know that in Australia there really is the legend of the rainbow serpent? And it's an important part of their myth, folklore, Aboriginal origins. This is Sienna Snake Leaves, an organic, natural design. There you see it with one of our solids, Forest. This is Serpent of the Stolen Mists. It looks really good with jeans. We also have, but are not shown here, are gaiters and masks in these designs. And here we see our solids, beginning with mauve. This is one of my very favorites. And there you see it with a zipper pouch and ice. This is indigo, and you see the male model with Coach Whip ultraviolet hoodie. And here you have it paired with a pillow in coral. This is straw. Those straw joggers, so comfortable. Here we have it in the water bottle. Baby blankets. Throw blankets, throw pillows. And this is forest. Very nice green. There it is paired with our serpentine garden. And this is ice, beautiful pastel blue. There it is paired with our rosy blush, serpentine. This is onyx, named for the black stone with streaks of white. So it's not pure black, it's more near charcoal. The stone is very strong and highly protective. Finally, coral. Nice and bright gold. All these products are made with the highest quality materials at reasonable costs. Now remember, you're not just getting value, you're getting a one-of-a-kind original design from an indie artist. So you're contributing to wildlife conservation and to supporting an independent disabled artist. You know, love and hate and beauty and ugly are the extremes of one energy. And the story of Beauty and the Beast, which is very close to my heart, reveals much about how to deal with them. It's all a matter of perspective. Last year I made a design that partly symbolizes this. I made a collage of a wide assortment of herp eyes. Then for Christmas, I added a few holiday flourishes and a saying to make it into a herper's ugly Christmas sweater. If beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, then so is ugly. As you look into those eyes, realize they're looking right back at you. What we see most of the time is a reflection or a projection of who we really are, not them, in more ways than one. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and happy trails.